Hi, this is Dawn Olszewski, and this is part 2 of my 3-part video series. This is a gift for my customers who purchased $50 or more with me during September and October. So this is card variation number 2. And I'm going to show you another cutting tip with the designer series paper. I'm also going to show you tips on the Big Shot using the texture folders, because I'm just using them, I'm placing them a little bit differently on the folder than you might be used to. So I thought I'd point out that really good tip, and which is where we're going to start before I show you the second coloring technique. So you're going to start. Okay, so the Big Shot tips that I'm going to share with you are with the Texture Embossing Folder, and I'm going to use the spider web first here. You can see it better if I have a piece of paper underneath it. There you go. Very cool. Both the ones that I'm going to show you is the spider web and the Northern Flurries, which is snowflakes, and they're both out of the Holiday Mini Catalog. And you are tempted, as well as I am, to put the entire piece in and run it through. And that's just fine if that's the look that you're going for, but a couple things. One of the things that I like to do is leave a gap up here where I'm going to put on designer series paper. That way it has something better to adhere to, more of a flat surface. Otherwise they tend to kind of pull off with the texture. And so in order to achieve that, what I do is I only want to do impartial embossing here. So I'm going to, I've already done this, I've already run it through, but I'm just going to reline it up for you so you can see how I did it, so how I placed it in my embossing folder, I should say. There we go. So just like that. And that way, this upper piece here, once I fold my cardstock, this upper piece is going to be free, and I'm going to be able to adhere my designer series paper to it. So that is the spider web one. This is how I have it set up to go through the Big Shot for the Northern Flurries. All right. So I hope you find those tips helpful. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this in half. Alright, use my bone folder. Okay, and then see, I have all this area up here that is free to attach this to. Love that. So what I'm using is, I'm calling these like little powder puffs or balls area that I refer to them in the instructions. This is another thing, just like that little note of thanks with the kind of the grammar paper. This paper also has natural cutting points. So once you cut your 4-inch strip, I would cut between each of these circles, okay? And that's how you get a strip that looks like this. And so once again, I only give you an approximation of the dimension. So we're going to adhere that down up on top here. And then I'm going to come in with the crocheted ribbon. Now most times I don't actually do bows, I do knots, but gosh, this card with the kind of the vintage feel, I just felt like it called for a bow. So this is how I tie my bows. It's like tying your shoe. It's exactly like tying your shoe, but I use my 4th finger to hold that kind of knot down. Come in closer, because I'm not really using that 4th finger for anything else. So because I like my bows and my knots tight, make my loop, and actually come around from the back side of it and then all the way around and pull a loop through, and then pull tight, and then really you're gonna find a new word. It's called fadoodle, and you're gonna fadoodle with your ribbon until you get that bow just how you want it. And there we go. Okay, so I'm going to use my craft and paper scissors, which actually I'm not sure why they're called that, because I just use them for ribbon. I mark them with this little piece of ribbon, and I know that's what I use them for, as well as my customers. And then the other thing that I wanted to give you a tip on is these antique brads. Love them. I've just totally fallen in love with this product, and they're beautiful. You get 5 different color shapes and colors with them. What you're going to do with this is you're going to spread the prongs apart. Okay, you can see that. And you're going to wrap it around the center of the knot. Okay, so if you can, I'm going to try to come in as close as possible here so you can really see that. So here I'm just going to press it down and wrap it around, and then I want to just press it really tight here. And you can use things like your bone folder, or you can get out your mat pack to press it down better. And then you might need to move your tails of your bow around a little bit more. Now that is a little bit heavy, so that's going to be pulling on your cardstock. So what I'm going to do, or on your ribbon, excuse me, I'm going to take my glue dots, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up a glue dot. Now you can pick that up with like your bone. Okay, so isn't that cute? And it stays intact. And so that's tips on assembly. And like I said, I got a little ahead of myself, but now we'll do the coloring, which is we're going to feature aqua painters.